Joining me live now is New South Wales SES South Eastern Zone Deputy Commander Matt Price. Matt, good to see you. What a moment that was when he was reunited with his family. That must have felt good.
Yeah, it certainly did. There was the mood was lifted in the command post. I was talking to one of our volunteers late yesterday evening after a bit of a rest and some pizza, and after 40 years of working on the radio, both professionally and volunteer time, he said, "Matt, that was the single best radio call I've ever had to make," which I think summed it up pretty well.
I understand there was 300 people looking for him. How much of a search area was covered?
Yeah, the area that we focused on was under New South Wales Police's guidance. They're the lead for missing persons, obviously. So probably around 5 square kilometres was covered down in the Gihai National, or bottom of Kosciuszko National Park in the Gihai area. And that's where we found things like his walking pole, his camera, so that we knew he'd been moving around and we knew he had access to water because he'd been crossing creeks. But it's very, very thick terrain and very easy to get disorientated down there. So it appears he's then gone back up and over the top of the main range and found the popular tourist and walking trails on the Blue Mountain, on the Blue Lake side of the main range, which is great news.
And is that the reason why you think you weren't able to find him for 13 days? Is it because he was moving around so much?
Yeah, look, a moving target is a lot harder to find than a stationary target. We're really pleased to be able to find things like his camera and his walking poles, though. And that actually did help us because it meant that under New South Wales Police's guidance, we could target different areas, but also know that he'd had access to water. And that's a key thing for that part of the world. Some of the temperatures since Boxing Day have been in the mid to high 30s consistently. So it kept the search efforts going, and it also kept the spirits of not only our volunteers, but the volunteers across all of the other agencies, because this really was a team effort across many, many agencies in support of New South Wales Police to try and bring Hadi home, and it lifted all of our members' spirits every time we found some piece of equipment or clue as to where he'd been.
And when he was found, did he have anything on him, and what sort of condition was he in when he was found?
Yeah, look, he seemed in good spirits. I'd leave that for New South Wales Health to look after him. That was the focus yesterday afternoon, was get him with the paramedics, get him to hospital to make sure he can have a full check, and get him back to his family. I know that the police will catch up with him in the coming days, just to learn from this, as we always do. Lost person behaviour is a really important thing to understand, and what people do when they're lost, so that we can learn and the New South Wales Police can then apply that to the next time that we need to go looking for somebody, because everybody does different things when they're lost. And the great thing was he found water, he found some food, I believe a couple of cereal bars in a hut at one stage. Yeah, he's done well, and a great outcome for all.
It certainly is. And did he explain at all how he managed to get lost and what happened?
Look, not yet. Yesterday, the focus was get him rehydrated, get him with New South Wales Ambulance, and New South Wales Police will catch up with him in the coming days, just to help understand that, so that we can learn from it for the future.
Matt Price, great stuff on a great effort. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.